I have, since I last talked about it, went back and spent a good amount of time with Mina the Hollower.
Oh yeah.
And I have to say, I'm way in, and I really, really like it, and I'm super on board and appreciate what it's got going on, and I think like just with time and with kind of pushing through some of those early issues, it really like smooths out the ride once you start getting those trinkets and kind of get learning the ropes and stuff. I think I overall still do not really enjoy top view platforming. I realize that about myself in general. It's not my preferred method of classic, gaming. But with the amazing design of this game and everything it's got going on mechanically, it really does.
Just tell me you found that ladder.
Oh, I got the ladder.
Yeah. So like we were talking last week or 2 weeks ago
more than
about
that,
it
probably, but yeah.
And in the back of my mind I'm like, this is that pre-ladder discussion. This is that pre-ladder. I'm sitting there and I was streaming the ladder process and I'm like, surely I have gotten all the value I can get out of this ladder, and look over and sure enough, no, there's more. There's more ladder for you.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Also, these headphones just broke.
Oh no.
Sick.
Are they working at all? Can you hear me?
I can only hear myself in the left ear. Oh, it was the cable. The cable came out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
It was my butt. My butt pulled it out.
You got to give yourself some extra slack on that. It keeps happening. I warned you about the cable, bro. I warned you, dog.
Yeah, well. I got it.
Okay. No,
I just blame my wife when this happens.
Maybe I'm missing something, but like with the ladder, I stole the ladder and I reached the treasure and a couple other things that I missed out.
You can bring that ladder all the way to the coast.
Oh yes, I did that. Yes. Okay. Yes, you stole the ladder. I got the treasure that's just outside the area.
It's right there. And then I'm like, oh, cool. That was a fun puzzle.
And then I brought the ladder down to the boat and then used it there.
Yeah.
And then to me that was the end of the ladder.
That is the end of the ladder.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I did not even think to bring it down to the coast until someone said, hey, there's more. I'm like, well, there can't be more. That's crazy.
So, kind of like Hollow Knight, the trinkets and their synergies is proving to be the funnest part of this game. And the real, like, build farming hours of, like, okay, do you want to get a build that has a lot of plasma and a really
heals instantly,
and and okay, cool, now do you have the slots for it? No, go get more slots, because you can get many slots for many trinkets that work well with each other. And I came across, so there's a couple of, when you find one where you're like, oh, this is just permanently on me forever, right? Like you find Protospark, and Protospark is you die and you res once.
Never put it on.
Oh yeah, interesting. Okay, I
Never put it on.
To me, I'm like, nope, rocking that one, right?
So my brain goes, well, instead of putting that on, I could put on one that helps me not die in the first place.
Sure, I get that. I found myself in a lot of situations where I got bosses within like a couple swings of death range on the first try. So I went, no. I'm getting really close on my first shot. I just need a little bit of boost, a little juice. So that's where Protospark comes into handy for me. That stayed on. Then you find like the plasma jug, which is, it lets you build up plasma past the limit,
way past,
into a reserve. So I'm like, okay, that's nice, because plasma's how you heal. That's a really good mechanic. And then you start being able to combine that with like the counter vial, which you buy, and it's like the counter vial is if you start drinking to heal, within the opening frames of your drink, it becomes a deflect and counter attack. And I'm like, oh, you gave me a parry button on my heal button.
And then you can combine that with the fast drink.
Or, yeah, you can combine it with the fast drink, or you can combine it with the medallion, which is move while you drink, and also getting hit while you drink doesn't drain any plasma.
Yeah.
And now you got these three where you're like, I'm instant healing. I'm no matter what's going on. I got more plasma than I need, and like you're defensively drinking at the same time. Then there's like traversal stuff, which I started seeing.
Yeah, the traversal stuff is what I ended up having on my character most of the time, because the traversal stuff allows you to traverse so much harder.
I can't.
Like, there's the one that lets you float for 1 extra square on a jump, and
the ferry is crazy. Like 1 extra square of float is amazing, and then you get the spider, which is 1 extra tile off of a pit. It lets you stand on an empty tile.
Didn't get that one.
It combined with the ferry, and you're making insane jumps, right?
You know what one I got that I didn't get with the spider? I got bottomless pits and water bounce you off.
Yes, yeah, that's great for the water
and
level.
I got stay underground when you burrow for twice as long.
That iron lung's
and
really good.
That one is fucking bananas.
So I kept iron lung on for a really long time until I got the end, to me at least so far, the end all be all so far of digging related trinkets. It's the tunneling codex, the book.
What's something?
So there's a challenge you got to do. There's a couple of mini games where you got to go do, there's one that's like a Street Fighter reference, go beat up the car, and there's one where you have to like hop into the rings really, really aggressively. And if you can do so and get like a really high score, you get the tunneling codex, which lets you, when you hop out of the ground at the end of burrowing, you can hold jump to burrow back in immediately. So you imagine like a dolphin jumping through the water. That's you. You burrow, pop out, and you don't have to land and re-jump back in. You hop out and hop right back into the earth and navigate the whole game that way. So you can spend most of your traversal underground if you hold jump.
Okay.
And if you go to the water,
okay,
where the water keeps you alive, as long as you can burrow, you no longer have to platform the water because you just swim.
I think it's absolutely nuts that it's one of the things that I had to figure out, and it was tough to figure out, which is rats can't swim. We know this. Mice can't swim either. And so you fall into the water and you take damage and you reappear wherever you happen to be. But you can dig water.
Yeah.
Yep. You can burrow into water. That's different. That's a fundamentally different process.
It's diving then. Whatever you want to call it. But it is really fucking incredible. It just melts the water level challenge entirely, right? But it's funny because to make up for that almost, you have so I have 1 tower left. Is where I'm at. And it's kind of like the final tower that you're
so you are way ahead of me then.
Okay.
I actually restarted on the Switch.
Okay. So in what I'm describing is something that will like nullify the challenge of certain water areas. You then get met with areas where burrowing is not possible. So
that's brutal.
Time to play Zelda. Time to just play Link to the Past. Hope you got good with your regular traversal. And the other thing, Mina the Hollower, again to repeat, is now I've leveled up like almost all the weapons to maximum, and I got the money to do so. And like, okay, the maxed out versions of these things, you're playing a different fucking game.
They're pretty.
Man.
I got the first one that I got maxed out was the daggers, and I was like, oh man, this thing is fucking crazy good. Like just
toss and stinger.
Yeah.
So the only thing I didn't max out was the guns, but I did the rest. I was rocking the shield for a while, and like maxed out shield is really fun because it's just like perfect parry, and then shield toss, right? But I came back around to the hammer after maxing that out, and I'm like, yeah, this damage after learning how to use it,
the damage is really, really fucking high.
It is the melt the boss, I don't want to fight you damage. It's the great sword. It's the like.
Yeah, it's the old fashioned great sword.
That's
yeah.
it. It's I'm going to learn your movement, and I'll take my time. And when I have an opening, I'm going to do 25 to 40% of your life in a swing, and then spend the rest of the time playing on defense until I get that opening again. And if you get the follow-up going, even better, right? So there's a lot of there's a couple areas where, like, not the dungeon itself, but the area leading up to the dungeon where it's like hostile. You start fighting a bunch of like map bosses, I'll call them, right? Because they're regular enemies, but they're big. They have many moves, and they're, you know, not as complex in pattern as a boss, but they'll fuck you up if you get caught sleeping. And for things like that, fully charged hammer, sneak up on them and like drop and full follow up, and like they have like 2 swings left, maybe 1.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
So that shit is really good. And yeah, I just gotta, you know, beyond that, like, again, just excellent level design with like just the feeling of how everything is placed and how things work with each other. There's 2 dungeons in particular that are like multi-layered on the Z-axis, I guess I'll say, that have a lot going on with them. And when you do beat the dungeons and the bosses, which are the right level of challenge, like they're hard, you can put on stuff to come and to bring it in, and like the trinkets, especially if you're making good use of your trinkets, you will find that like you can nullify an aspect of the boss's challenge with a good trinket, right?
Yeah.
So, one trinket in particular that I have is an air dash. Jump and go straight up, and it consumes trinket material, but if you want to replace your secondary attack with that mobility, that's fantastic for something that's going to AoE the whole zone, you know. And in addition to that, you can eventually start upgrading your layer. And when you start...
Yes, I did upgrade my layer a significant amount.
Okay. So you put some of the extra like structures down and stuff that lets you like hold on to a trinket that you want, for example, is crucial.
Yeah, because a lot of the sub weapons are like just movement. They're just like the bike and the shield. Like those things are just like, I would like to move and platform more easily, thank you.
Yeah, and then a bunch of them are just weapons too. You know, you get the
good ass, strong,
Castlevania
good
weapons. No, so yeah, that's all like just it really does work well together, and I'm loving it at this point. So probably gonna, you know, wrap that up, I think, fairly quickly, unless there's some wild shit expected at the 11th hour. But a nice little touch that I think it just continues to be great about it is the way that after you beat a dungeon, you do a little bonus crawling up the tower, and it's a fun little extra game, you know, almost like the bonus missions in Sonic 2 or so, or Sonic and Knuckles. And you get little moments of just like, she's tired, here she's gonna read a letter or get a letter or just look at the sunset and then take a nap, you know. And then these, like, you had a big day.
Yeah, Mina
had a big day. Take a
it's
nap.
A lot. It was a big one. You deserve it, Mina.
So that's really nice. And it's also interesting too to be playing a game where like the characters already respect you, and you're like, oh no, you're super smart and super sick, and like you did a bunch of amazing stuff here, and like we just need you to stick around to keep being awesome and help us fix this problem. But you're not like trying to prove yourself type of thing. Like there's a level of like, no, you're one of the hollowers, you guys are badasses, do your thing. Anyway, so yeah, I will say that the game design ultimately overpowers the problems I was having with that in the end. And highly recommend Mina the Hollower. Super cool. I'll let you know once I'm done with it.
Have you heard about the new game plus modifiers?
No.
So they really went like bananas on like giving this game replay value. So you notice that when you started the game, there was like a million different things you could change about the way the game functions.
Yeah, difficulty
to your taste.
Difficulty is can be modified aggressively, but all turn your chivos off or whatever, right?
So new game is called 0, like new game plus 0. New game plus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All have different changes to them.
Wow.
That modify it. So is the game harder? Yes, maybe no. Is the game flipped on the y-axis? Yes, maybe no. Are there fewer underlabs or almost no underlabs? Maybe, yeah. And on top of that, are enemy stats inflated? Are your stats inflated? Or does it shuffle all the items and inventory around as well?
Interesting. Okay, difficulty
and there's
that changes the design.
Yeah, there's one new game plus modifier that when you start it, it goes, you will lose everything on your next new game plus round. Like the next new game plus round you start, you will be clean. You have no weapons, you have no upgrades, you'll have nothing.
Okay. Interesting. They really, so by going through each route, there's a massive remix change or something. That's
yeah, and so some of them are like
built in.
You lose your items and the world is flipped and there's less underlabs, but the enemy stats aren't increased, but your level cap has increased. So it's harder and you have to do it over, and it's mirrored, but you can get stronger.
I feel
like they're not all raw difficulty increases. Like they'll give you a good one to go along with some of the bad ones.
So I feel like for me, well, okay, I'm not someone that does a new game pluses really that much, but like I feel like a lot of the time, if I want to go back and just sort of play my character and feel things out or so, the idea of losing it all again is like, that's a really bad one, because you're like
there's a bunch of arguments in every game that ever comes out that has new game plus about this is a good new game plus, this is a bad new game plus, and it's always based around, well, what did you manage to keep with your character?
Yeah, losing power sucks. I hate that, and I hate every time a new Devil May Cry save needs to fucking buy air hike again. You know what I mean? Like I hate that shit. So that's interesting. But if it makes up for it with other elements too, that could be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they know what they're doing and they're putting a lot of thought into it. Like this is again on the heels of all the things they did with Shovel Knight, So, and I know there's probably crazy deep secrets that I haven't found yet, or some secret bosses, or you know what I mean? Like there's
I know there's
something.
There's a secret 6th weapon.
Oh.
And I know that there are like ending slides and ending conditions that are super hidden.
I can guess at least 2. Okay.
But no, there's some stuff.
Yeah.
I only know of it tangentially because I haven't seen it myself. But I did see the 6th weapon, and it is a massive fucking pain in the ass to acquire.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. The traversal stuff. Like I said, once you start getting some of these trinkets and you apply the right ones, you turn some puzzles into like jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there is there is a puzzle that is based on like essentially almost like you're grabbing onto holds that you get like 1 second before they break, right? So groundbreaking, type of puzzle where you just have to quickly, platform from one area to the other, and like falling resets your progress drastically, right? And once you get the float and or the spider and or the air dash, and you're just like, nah, I want to fly right now, actually, and
I really don't want to do this.
Yeah, I'll choose when I feel like grabbing that handheld, you know, and the game clearly designs a whole lot for you to, like, if you walk in this and you have to bounce in a certain way and float in a certain way, and you know, and then you're just like, I'm coming into this with a jetpack. I can't be bothered, you know.
Very early on, I got the fairy as like my third trinket.
Oh wow, you went early.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, because it's hidden in that little tiny hole in the one of the starting areas, and I was just like, I could tell that like I was just like bypassing a lot of bullshit that like the game was like, how are you gonna get around? I'm gonna jump it. That's how I'm gonna get around. I'm just gonna jump over it because I can go a full extra fucking square.
No, I got one trinket in particular that like I just saw what it did, and I haven't even explored it to the fullest, but just the possibility of what it can do, it makes me think this destroys the game. It must. I don't even want to fully.
Maybe.
I'm gonna type it out.
All right, let's see it. Ooh, it's like that.
You get.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, no, that's ruinous. That's crazy. Right? That's absolutely fucking bananas.
You're just like, well, what?
I don't know how you design a game around that.
What is the challenge now? Yeah. So anyway, very very cool.